In this video, I will be discussing the most important aspects of DynaScape that I used when creating my front entrance master plan. These aspects include the model space, polyline, layering feature, ability to insert figures, and plant labeling tool. Along with discussing these features in relation to DynaScape, I will also be comparing them to some of the similar features that can be used in AutoCAD. First, the model space was used in DynaScape similarly to how it was used in AutoCAD. It was the space where the master plan template was inserted so that lines could be traced exactly and figures could be placed in the correct position directly on top of the template. The model space in DynaScape, though, contained a box made out of white dashed lines. This box designated what in the model space would be contained in the final copy of the drawing and what would be printed, if printing was desired. Scaling the drawing in DynaScape was slightly different than in AutoCAD. In DynaScape, it was much easier. When creating a new drawing, all one had to do was select Activate a New Drawing, and then select the desired page size and scale. For my master plan, the 11 by 17 landscape page was selected, with a scale of 1 inch equals 10 feet. This scale, just like in AutoCAD, allowed for all of the objects placed in the model space to resemble real-world measurements. Next, the polyline in DynaScape was used to trace any straight or curved lines seen on the master plan template. The polyline tool in DynaScape was a lot more beneficial than the one in AutoCAD. This was due to its ability to pull straight lines into curved lines by simply grabbing the center dot along any line and dragging. In AutoCAD, a separate tool, the 3-point line tool, had to be used in order to draw any lines. Along with the ability to make curved lines using the polyline tool in DynaScape, it could also help with creating boundaries for any desired hatch patterns. In order to create these boundaries, the closed polyline just had to be checked on within the polyline tool, and the desired boundaries just had to be traced with it on the template layer. These boundaries were not able to be seen in the final or printed copy of the master plan. In AutoCAD, the hatch boundaries were not able to be chosen by the user. Instead, the boundaries were automatically detected. Along with the polyline tool, the layering tool also appeared to be very helpful in DynaScape. Just like in AutoCAD, the layering tool allowed for any lines or figures to be put onto a layer with a name and a designated color. It also allowed for particular layers to be turned on and off. Although in DynaScape, the image had to be turned on and off using the Display Drawing Raster list under the Revise tab of the Imaging section. Unlike in AutoCAD, the layering tool in DynaScape had preset layers, each with a designated name and color. In order to place a shape or line on a certain layer, the layer just had to be chosen before drawing, and then it would automatically be put on that layer with its programmed color. Figures placed into the drawing are automatically assigned layers by DynaScape. For example, if a shrub was placed into the drawing, DynaScape would place it on the shrub layer and color it yellow without the user doing anything. In AutoCAD, layers had to be created, named, and color-coded by the user. Also, figures were not automatically put onto the correct layer. My favorite feature of DynaScape was the ability to insert figures that were already located within the DynaScape database. These figures included detailed trees, shrubs, tables, cars, and different kinds of accessories that could be used in a landscape. In AutoCAD, the trees and shrubs were designated with simple circles that had to be drawn, and any additional accessories had to be downloaded and located using a separate AutoCAD database called blocks. This required a lot more time, since more drawing had to be done and did not allow for different kinds of shrubs or trees within the landscape to be distinguished within the master plan. Finally, the plant labeling tool in DynaScape allowed for different kinds of plants to be labeled with both their common and Latin names. The label also included how many plants were within a specific label. These plants could be counted manually or automatically. In order for the plants to be counted automatically, they had to be chosen and then placed into a cluster. Along with the ability to use the auto count tool, the cluster also removed any lines between the plants, which made them appear more pleasing to the eye in the drawing. The plant labels were placed neatly into the drawing due to their leader lines, which could be moved wherever desired. The length, angle, and placement of the leader line was all chosen by the user. A plant list also could be placed in the drawing which contained information about all of the plants labeled within the drawing. AutoCAD did not have any feature like this. AutoCAD also did not have any features like the text labeling tool used in DynaScape. The text labels had leader lines, just as the plant labels did, except they were used to designate specific spaces. The user simply had to type what they wanted the label to say and insert it into the drawing. In conclusion, DynaScape was very helpful. It allowed for me to create a very detailed master plan based off my template with ease. Compared to AutoCAD, DynaScape had a lot more features that would benefit someone in the landscaping industry, such as the plant labeling tool and figure tools. Outside of the landscaping industry, both programs would be equally useful. They are both very user-friendly and allow for detailed drawings to be created using a template as a reference.